I'm at 6901 Laurel Spring, and we are looking at the back porch. This is the understructure of the porch. The house is about 100 years old at least. And I'll get some measurements here. This is a double 2x6 ledger. And then there are joists that are spaced about every 2 feet or so. And then there's braces that are spaced about every 8 feet or so. On top of that are 2x6s for the deck boards. Some of the boards underneath have been scabbed on, presumably to lessen the deflection of this big span and to provide additional support for the deck boards. In several places there's a steel rod that goes from outside the band board all the way through the joist, and then it goes into the foundation wall, presumably gets bolted to the backside of the exterior wall. This appears to be one of the original foundation piers, and it is either sunk into the ground over the years, or there was something to shim it up and the shims have disappeared. You can see here where the original timbers have deteriorated quite a bit right there. And that's what we can see. There's probably as much that we can't see. The band board is 3 2x8s and 1 1x8. Deterioration is noted in the 1x8 band board, which is primarily cosmetic. This is also an original pier here with the same situation. It was either shimmed or it has sunk into the ground. Most likely it's sunk into the ground. Rails going down the steps are in generally poor condition on the left side, and I'd say fair on the right side. Not as much rot as noted, although this is very soft up here. I can put my fingernail right into it, so probably have to replace both of these. There's some more issues noted here with the 1x8 band board again, which is primarily cosmetic. This is the pier on the other side, on the left side, and it has been shimmed. But perhaps this was another one that's sunk into the ground or has been shimmed all along. But there's a 2x6 shim here, and at the other end there's a 2x on top of that, and there's still room for more. Original foundation wall has been parged, and the parging is coming off now. There's a piece of compromised wood. Looks like it may have some termite damage, and that is under the porch. Where it just fell out. Gone. And there's a lot of piecing in here of the 2x8 band. Really, it should be lapped over the pier. Here's another pier that's shimmed. This is a side view of the stairs. Concrete is definitely showing signs of deterioration. And underneath the stairs. Not sure what's going on here at the base of the posts and why they were trimmed out with 2x6s like that. And I'm wondering if the base of the post is deteriorated and they put those on there to reinforce the bottom, or was it just something to attach the rails to? And I guess we don't know until we start doing some disassembly. This is the right side, and the slope on this side is more pronounced than it is on the other side. And I checked underneath the outside pillar, and there's really not a lot of structure left to this wood at all. So that's why this side is dropping so much more than the other. And then the front pillars, the front band board is really not in great shape either. It's not as bad as the side, but it's kind of notched in instead of resting on that pier, or either it's deteriorated to the point where it looks notched in. This is the most concerning spot right here. For comparison purposes, this is the other side, and it does have a slope, which it should, but it is much less pronounced. Got the same situation with the corner pier that deteriorated on both axes. For stabilization purposes, I would recommend a temporary jack post right here and a temporary jack post right there, set on solid concrete blocks, and perhaps a 2x12 underneath the band boards on either side, particularly on this corner, but I would also recommend it on the other corner. The danger here is if this corner drops more, then it could start pulling away from the house, which is a whole nother bad situation. So that's what I recommend immediately.